It's this time you get me pop up.
Yeah, happens all the time. All right, we're live.
Yes, we are.
Live from Rock Hill, South Carolina, in the house because the bear cave's too hot.
Yes, it is.
We got, that's you.
That's
That's
Rusty.
you.
It's the Rusty.
That's Rusty.
Rusty.
And
My phone went off at the same time he said that's you.
Now we got this guy over here.
yep, that's me. Live from Hotlanta. And it is.
Hey, whoa. You have no clue about hot.
And we had the Galloping Ghost.
Because I am live from hot Vegas. When it's hot, it's hot. Well, today not too bad. Today is 117. We're good. Sunday was
It's a dry
120.
heat.
Yeah, it's a dry heat.
We're not going to get into the argument of whether it's dry or not. It's hot.
And you know what,
I'm
Rusty?
wet. That's all we got to say.
The wind was blowing. I told Marie, I said, you know what? We're in a convection oven right now.
Yeah.
Shade Tree Shack, how are you doing?
What's up, Shade Tree? What's up?
Hey there.
Meg's Mysteries, Bat 13, Devil Dog,
Devil
Leprechaun. What?
Lip TV. What's up, brother?
What's going
Well, he's
on?
got to be hot in that food truck.
Oh, man.
Well, I tell you one
Left.
thing.
Oh,
So,
man.
what's cooking, guys? How you been? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has.
Well, it's
Lee and
been,
Lee, I think we've been putting out some pretty good cooking shows.
I think so. I mean,
I
I'm
checked these
about
out.
to go back in kind of screen record some of it
Uh-huh.
and then put it together as a video. You know, because I think some of that looked pretty darn good.
Oh, yeah.
Little creative, low carb, you know.
Exactly. And
Well, I had some health issues, so I've been dealing with that, and but we're back on track again. We're back in black, so
Ooh, 120 to 130 in the food truck, Lep says.
without a doubt,
Wow.
Yep. That's about what my garage is.
this
And that's
Yeah.
where
Mine
that's where
too.
we've been cooking inside lately.
Yeah.
this
Mine
heat out here almost turned me into a vegan, for sure.
I pulled the grill out Sunday, and I wanted to get another cooking session in outside. So I pulled the grill out on Sunday and cooked 3 ribeye steaks. I got them from Walmart, and I'm going to do something like if we do a video or if we do a live with steaks, I'm going to cook these steaks because these steaks were fairly cheap. They were like $17 for 3 ribeye steaks from Walmart, and they were very tender, very juicy, and just really good.
Yeah, the price
And
is starting to come down.
they were these were in the frozen food section in a box.
Big Mike, what's up, barbecue Mike G? My
Hey,
man,
Mike,
Scotty's
My
here.
man.
Hello, Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
There's my man Scotty.
Scotty.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I just threw burgers on my pit boss for the family. Got that cooked up before I headed down here. That's what I got here just in time to go live. But it was just brutal out there on the back deck.
I believe it.
I went to Smart Final today just to pick up some odds and ends, and they sort of redid the store. They have a bigger meat counter now and bigger produce. I'm walking down and I found a full chuck roll, 26 pounds, 26.4 pounds. I got it for $118. I got that joker home and I butchered it up. And I got probably about 2 inches thick, probably at least 12 to 13 cuts out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll be good to go with that.
Yeah, you will. You'll be eating a while on that.
If the heat continues, I'll be able to cook them in my car.
That is my brother was telling me that he was like, man, he goes, they were doing a side-by-side event, like a, little Can-Am thing, and they were out driving around, and he said, this guy said, man, we're starving. He goes, they were out drinking all day and all this, and he said, we're starving. The guy pulled out this little contraption. They put hot dogs in it, and they drove around for 30 minutes, come back, and the hot dogs were cooked perfectly. Now, How perfectly, I don't know, but after drinking all day, they were perfect.
Yeah.
And he said, so this thing was awesome. And then they ate more. They were like, we need more hot dogs. So he loaded up the thing and said, let's go drive. And they drove around for 30 more minutes, come back, and they were done.
Hey,
So
hey, Lee, when I was a kid,
huh?
When I was a kid, my dad worked for Westinghouse, White Westinghouse. And any new contraptions they would give to the employees to try out. Well, he brings home this thing. It looked like a shoebox, a little smaller, okay, and had a lid that you would lift up, and had, I think there was 8 prongs that stuck up out of the side of it like this, all the way down. So 8 of them. And what you would do is you would take hot dog, and you put a hot dog on either end of the prongs, okay, close the lid and plug it in. You electrocuted them. So you had electrocuted hot dogs. It was crazy. Craziest thing.
Well, I had a friend. We used to work together years and years ago, back in the 70s. And he would take, like, he'd bring a hamburger or, burritos or something from Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever, and it would be in there wrapped in the bag and all. And when he would park his car in the parking lot, he'd pop the hood, and he'd raise the hood, and he'd set it under the hood. He'd set it under the hood and close the hood.
That was a V8 dinner.
I said, "What, Willis? What are you doing?" And he goes, "It's gonna stay warm till I'm ready to eat it."
Yeah.
And we ate we started work at 4, and he was his supper time was at 6. And come 6 o'clock, he'd pull it out. It'd be just as warm as it was when he put it under there.
That's wild.
And I was a Boy Scout leader for 13 years, and we made solar ovens for our summertime campouts. And it was just a cardboard box. We lined it with aluminum foil and had a window glass that we set on top. And we would actually bake cookies. We would bake biscuits and heat up food and stuff inside a solar oven.
I've done that. Eagle
Well, I have a Kia right now, and that's a solar oven.
So here's an interesting thing. Last weekend, my wife we've got a Kia Sorento, and she was down in Charleston with the in-laws and all that, and all of a sudden I get this text, and it's all jumbled up, and my dyslexia, I couldn't read the text right. I called her and I said, "What in the world are you talking about?" Something about a tree, back window, insurance. I said, "What?" Well, she backed up and didn't see a branch, or the branch jumped out in front of her. I'm not sure. And busted the back window. So the Kia being in a hot box, if you don't have a back window, that helps.
Well, we just got an alert through, I guess the local news that actually the heat, the way it is right now, certain parts, I'm not that far from Death Valley, okay? And certain parts of Las Vegas, house windows are exploding, popping out, and car windows are exploding. There's some inside the car is getting to up to a little over 300 degrees.
Wow.
Windows
are man.
So I look at it this way. You don't have to worry about nobody hiding in the back seat looking to kill you out here right now.
That is true.
It's not going to happen.
Even at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's already 80 degrees.
Oh, I know.
That's a cold front. That's a cold front.
Yeah.
Dude, where are you at?
Somebody's typing as me, and I don't know who that is.
Let's go where work.
We are streaking this week for cooler temps in the cook-in. Oh, we're striking this week. I don't know who that is, but that's me. But it ain't me.
Huh.
Must be one of my kids or something.
I typed that in mine.
Did
Did it put it out for all 3 of us?
I don't know.
Me and the dude?
But it came up as me.
Because Tom, it'll
I don't know.
With when I create this in StreamYard, it'll give me 3 people that I can include in it, but it's always the dude,
Yes.
Lee, and me.
Well,
Your name
if
never
you type,
pops
it
up.
must come up on all of us then.
I guess so.
So anyway,
I'm
so-
streaming that. I think.
Tom, I think this is meant for you.
Oh,
Charlie's seeing no art and no magic or cooking demonstrations.
well,
Oh, dude's
Poor
chatting.
old guys chatting.
yeah.
Well, see, Charlie, here's the deal. Okay. The heat right now is too hot, so we got out of the kitchen.
Yeah, buddy.
So, you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's what we did.
Judge, Whip, Our Treasure Homestead. How are y'all doing? I'm a little behind. What we got here? In high school, I worked as at night at the Platis factory. And all the guys before lunch would cook all the food in the water boilers. And we ate good tacos.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a
sounds
good idea.
Yeah, I like it.
It's sous vide everything.
Yeah, it's like sous vide.
See, we're teaching you all kind of methods that you can cook and not have to be in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Or-
Charlie's getting awful. He's about to unsubscribe to all of us if we don't get him some magic, some jokes, or halfway decent stories.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
been a while.
Charlie, this one time at band camp, Rusty was in charge of cooking with a trombone. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
Well, I
It was a
can.
tuba.
Oh, he was in charge of the tuba.
The tuba lube.
The tuba baloney.
This isn't. This
Okay.
isn't This isn't meant to be political. It was just funny. Is all I saw, and I'd tell it no matter who it was about. I saw this video where this person was saying, "Well, I guess I don't know how they're gonna get. You know, the Democrats need to run somebody else besides Biden, but I don't know how they're gonna get him to drop out because he's so hell bent on being there for 2 terms." I said, and I looked and I said, "Hell, just go on and tell him he's already in his 2nd term. He'll believe it."
Yeah. Exactly. Unbelievable.
So, Meg's Mysteries, I worked in a knife and utensil factory, and they use a shrink wrap machine to heat up our lunches.
Yep.
Oh, now that's a good idea too.
Really?
No, Marie, I'm
Oh,
not
like
going
the vacuum thing, because like the heat sealer. Because I'm thinking
Yeah.
when you say shrink wrap, we had the wrapper that would wrap the pallets,
Right.
and the only thing that got hot on that was the wire that cut the wrap.
Right.
But if it's a vac seal type thing, I get okay.
And in the meat department at all the stores, and I'm working on the scales and stuff inside their meat department, they've got that heat plate where after they wrap all the cut meat, they set it down on there and it melts the shrink wrap around the styrofoam containers that hold the meat. And that is very hot. I've burnt myself a bunch of times on that.
I have.
Stocking up on milk.
Barbecue, Mike, I could do that. I could do that 37.
Yeah, I'd like to have a 37-degree day.
Whew.
One morning we went out and it was our little group kicks off at 5 in the morning, and it was 75, and we thought that was like a cold spell.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, do I have a pool where I live? I said, yeah, sure do. Well, how come you don't go up to the pool? I said, because it's like an old person's crock pot. Shriveled up people sitting in a crock pot.
I don't want to cook my innards.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not into sous videing my innards.
Simon, how you doing? 76 where he's at.
Wow. I'd love that.
So I don't
Wow, man.
vacuum sealed cooking. So I don't know. Nobody here's around Texas, but I saw Uncle Steve posted that he made it out all right with all the hurricanes.
Oh, good.
I know Devil Dog, he just got his power back, I think, on Monday. And then I seen, let's see, Randy and Christy. They were looking for gas yesterday. They were ironing it out. So.
Marie.
Oh, man.
One time the boss was showing the investors around and hit the button on the shrink wrap and their Chinese food came out.
One from column A and one from column B.
I hope the boss said, "Oh, chow time." Well, I had a roommate in college. This was back before you had all you could have put in there was a hot plate. They wouldn't allow a hot plate. That was it, the old coil top on it and all,
Mhm.
because that was all there was back then. You didn't have these anything fancy and all. Well, he had he he wanted to cook stuff in the room, but he couldn't have anything there to cook it with. So he had an iron, and he bought another iron just to cook with. He used one iron to iron his clothes, the other one to cook with, and he'd cook steak, hamburgers, chicken breasts.
That's jail cooking there.
Yeah.
So Simon, everything okay where you're at? I don't know what part of Texas you're in.
He's in San Antonio. He's
okay. So Steve's in what? Houston. So how
Houston's way
bad did
more
it hit you
humid.
all?
Houston got hit hard.
Yeah, Houston's got a lot of humidity too. So that's
I have decent stories. Rejected from Reader's Digest. Man, you're setting the bar awful high there, Reading Rainbow.
wow.
Jeez. He wants Reader's Digest type stories.
So he thinks he's LeVar Burton.
I don't even know if Charlie's ever read Reader's Digest.
He just looks at the pictures.
Yeah. And he only bought the other magazines for the articles.
Randy and Christy are still without
Randy
power.
and Christy are still without power. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I know they had a big tree down. I see. So,
Well,
all right. So,
go out to all y'all.
so moving forward, what's the game plan with the cooking and stuff? I've been out of the loop for a while. What's going forward? What do you think you guys going to want to do?
I want to do one where we do steaks, so I can showcase these steaks that I got from these ribeyes, because they were really good, and they're a real good price for 3 ribeyes.
Yeah,
$17 for 3 ribeyes.
that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean they're not real thick, but they're thick enough, and they are tasty.
I don't know. The theme cooking has, or I guess not theme, but topic cooking has been doing pretty good.
Yes, it has.
Trying to really keep it under an hour and budget friendly for like a weeknight meal is kind of the guidelines that we've been following in.
Yep.
Nothing too labor intensive, nothing, not a 4-hour cook or whatever.
Stuff you could come in from work.
Yeah, you come in from work and and I don't know, ever since we interviewed Keto Mama, when we started doing the live cooks, I have her in my mind.
Yeah, same here.
And the reason why I have her in mind is because I know what it was like being a parent who was engaged with the kids and, well, semi-engaged. But anyway, and still having to provide food for them. Yeah. And you didn't feel like doing it after you got home from work. So that's where I kind of relate to her. And I think, how would she do this? Is this something she could whip together watching the young ones run around?
Yeah.
Without popping pizza rolls in a microwave or, dino nuggets. And so I hadn't really thought about moving forward. Every time I think about what I'm going to do next, I find ways to not do that, to sabotage it.
Or put up like for the month, put up like have people vote on it, put up a couple different things, and like on my other channel, what I've been doing is I've been doing foods from the past that you don't see anymore, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and that took off like a rocket. Okay, to the point where I'm doing more research than I am anything else. You know what I'm saying? Looking this stuff up, the whole bit, and just learning from what I used to cook in the restaurant and stuff like that. But getting the history behind it's amazing. But I don't know, maybe put up a poll. Put 4 or 5 different things up and see. Let them let our chat vote on it or whatever, and then we can do it or make it different ways or try to do it different ways.
The video
Yeah,
we did before last, which would have been 2 Wednesdays back, uh, it got 300 views, and last week's got like 90 for me. So that's decent. That's decent
Yeah.
views for a.
Well,
Plus it's summer.
what I
Nobody's
find,
really
though,
watching. You know.
what I find though is my views are like up here at 30 seconds and then drops, because I'm kind of that guy that I've fallen into the guy that whenever you're done watching the video you just watched and you're trying to find something else, that's my video.
Right.
That's what I'm finding. So like we had one live and I got 300 hits and I was like, "Ah!" And then I looked at analytics and it was 90% of them were off after 30 seconds, 90 seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to that stuff. The whole idea is to camaraderie. What we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
this isn't a business. It's fun.
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and that's what matters.
Hey, that's first
Gets
rule
me
of
at the
cooking.
house.
First rule of cooking, right?
Yep. Did you have fun? Did it taste good?
Yep.
Devil Dog, you okay with everything? You got everything back on again and everything? I know he's getting some animals and stuff down there. But yeah, I mean,
Oh
moving.
yeah, that's true. He lives around Houston, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's right outside of Houston.
But I've made comment many times that if anybody has an idea, they can hit me up on Facebook Messenger or whatever, or Instagram, send me some stuff, ideas. And that's happened. I've had several ideas come across that way. And as long as they're inexpensive and quick, they're worth a shot.
Yeah.
The pizza, or not pizza, the chili dog enchiladas that come from Tom's Food Factory.
I know my wife and daughter send crap all the time. Some of the stuff.
Yeah, your daughter does, and some of it is. I mean, it's like a leg of horse.
Good, my brother.
On a rotisserie, and I'm like, that one, it's out of my budget, and two,
My rotisserie ain't that big.
so
We'll put our heads together and we'll make a big ass out of ourselves. But we'll try to, I think moving forward, I would like to start digging in a little bit with it too. Also,
so Shade Tree Shack. Well, that's an interesting thing, is because it's simple, and him and I have got completely different tastes.
Just slightly.
Yeah, he's about I don't know, if you picture about what a 10-year-old would eat, that's what Rusty is. He's a step above Dino Nuggets and nacho chips.
what are you breaking that guy's chops for, lady?
Oh,
Canned
Lord,
cheese
Lord.
goes on it. Can't have anything on
Oh,
it. Just that canned cheese goes on it. So
See,
But-
I mean, you all know that I do everything clean. I don't want no junk food, no something that says keto and it's not. Okay, I mean, I'll argue that point to the day I die. So that's what I would like to do. So that's one perspective, and then you guys can come up with different perspectives on it. That works for you. I think that's a good idea. Do something three different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Grumpus is
Yeah.
here. Or Guggen. Guggen.
Dugan. Hey, speaking of Grumpus,
Sorry.
has anybody heard from him about how he is with
Yep,
everything?
power came back on at noon.
No, I haven't heard from Grumpus.
Guggen says, yo, Tom. So Charlie's got a good question. What are choices you've made on making a video or not? For example, I need to show this. I'm not filming because it's cool but personal.
That's what I do all the time. I do that every day. Every time I film, that's what I do. It's personal to it, and that's.
Yeah.
I got into a little pissing contest with somebody about what you're doing is keto all wrong and stuff. And I love them kind of things, you know what I mean? Because then that gets my dander up a little bit, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I said, you know what? I'm not the guru. I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
All right. And you guys know that I fell off track starting another channel. to the point where it put me in a little bit of jeopardy.
Yep.
So back on track again, and that's exactly what I do, Charlie. Right there. What I cook is personally for me.
Right.
Okay. That helps me, it gets my numbers down, it gets me to where I want to be. And that's what the keto is all about. Now, the other channel I do, all bets are off. I mean, but I don't eat it. Marie, I did that one. I don't know if you watched, but I did the one. It's a collaboration from cooks around the world, and it was all about 4th of July. And I made hot dogs. I call them rippers from Jersey. Okay, there's a place called Rutt's Hut. They deep fried hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And what I did was I took the hot dog from the plate. I picked it up and act like you couldn't see me on camera, but you can see where my hands were going. And once I cleared the camera, I went over to Marie. Marie took a bite out of it. And I took it and I put it back and went, this is good.
Well, no, a lot of what I do is like my beer can chicken holder thing.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Kevin from Man Kitchen Recipes would be like, dude, that's awesome.
Yep.
And I knew Scotty from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue would be that way too. So I had that in my mind when I was shooting that video, was those two guys. So sometimes I have videos with certain individuals in mind.
I do too.
But now what I'm finding, because I don't even need to turn the cooker on outside, that I go out and I batch cook. So like 4th of July, I mean, I did 4 cooks, 4 videos in one day. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Still got to edit, but I did 4 videos that day, and it was like, man, but I had the cooker fired up. I was already hot and miserable. Let's just keep going. So, and some of it is, some things are personal, and I try to say that, that they are a, nostalgic for whatever reason, or, the old school Italian dressing and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That was the way my parents actually, that's the way they would prepare for the 4th of July cookout.
Mm-hmm.
They would make a simple barbecue sauce just for chicken that, come to find out, I thought it was just my dad did it, but come to find out it was my grandpa on my mom's side, who I never saw cook other than the grill on a holiday, a gas grill on a holiday. But they always added to the baked beans, they always added ketchup and brown sugar.
Right.
So he said one day they were out and he said, let me just try this on chicken. Boom. Loved it. And the trick is you got to have enough sugar in there to where it tames down the ketchup flavor, the vinegary and the tomato, but not to where it's gritty.
Right.
There's a fine line, and it's those 2 ingredients and a splash of water or Worcestershire.
Yep.
Mix it up, and that's it. Brush it on your chicken, and it's killer. It's awesome. And that was, for me, that was 4th of July cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody brought chicken breast, that's the way they were cooking it.
The whole thing changes once your health is in jeopardy with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting that you drew the compare. You talked about Italian dressing, because I have used Italian dressing and ketchup and made a barbecue sauce out of just those 2 ingredients. It was delicious.
For us being diabetics, we can use coconut sugar in place of the brown sugar, and it won't spike. It will still spike the blood sugar, but not as high.
Right.
And it doesn't give you all the other problems that the other artificial sweeteners give me, because I find problems with a lot of the artificial sweeteners.
I can't use none of it. So what I did was a couple videos ago, I made a homemade barbecue sauce. Okay, no sugar whatsoever. Okay, but I did add in fennel, Chinese 5-spice, also some cinnamon, sage, and stuff like that, to give you the appearance or the idea that it was sugary. It was sweet. Okay, but what I used was, rather than a tomato sauce, I used tomato paste. Now, what we would do with the tomato paste, if I would use a tablespoon in something, the rest of it, Marie would take it, put it in a little Ziploc bag, and portion it out to be 1 tablespoon. So I had 10 pieces of tablespoon size tomato paste. Okay. If I make this barbecue sauce, I put it in, mix it up, cook it all down, and I painted on just a little bit, painted it on 1 thing of baby back ribs. I picked one up in front of the camera, boom. I had to stop it. I instantly got a headache, checked my blood sugar, started out at 160. It was at 160, which is high. Well, that's debatable with some people. Went up to over almost 260. I hit almost 100 points from the tomato paste. So stop and think about it. I try to do 20 carbs or less. All right. 10 pieces of tablespoons of tomato paste, 6 grams of carbs per tablespoon. I had 10. That's 60 carbs right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you really got to be careful with it. You really got to watch what the hell's going on with it.
Yes, you
That
do.
really-
Bushcrafters in.
Hey, Bushcrafter.
Tennessee Bushcrafters in. I'm a little behind.
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Where's the catch and cook? You know, we haven't been out fishing.
We've been fishing one time,
And
that
it
was
was
just-
it was a little one about yay big.
It was.
Yep,
So
sure did.
I would have
Tennessee.
better luck fishing in my daughter's fish tank.
Worcestershire sauce is made from anchovies.
Bigger than the fish.
Yeah.
We during the whole cicada explosion or whatever you want to call it, we were using cicadas as the bait, which was kind of the bad thing because all the cicadas that would hit the water, they were stuck in the water then, and the fish would come up and eat them. So they didn't want that as bait because they could get it over here. So I switched to a night crawler, and then about an hour later, I finally caught one.
Mavwood.
Love the barbecue sauce. Tom can't have it.
Nope.
Homemade was. So my thing with barbecue sauce is I'm only looking at like a tablespoon. I'm not a big sauce guy. And if I use it, it's a tablespoon, maybe 2, but then there's no other carbs on the plate. There's no other added sugars. That's it.
Same here.
If I have coleslaw, which has got a lot of sugar, don't get me wrong, it's got a lot of sugar, but that might be my only meal or the only carbs or added sugars on that plate.
I'm finding, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to find that if I do have too many carbs or whatever, I have a hard time getting out of it. It seems like it's taking long. Rather than hours, it seems like it's taking almost a day, maybe 2 days to get it to level off.
Yep.
So my next move to the doctor is Friday. I'm putting headgear on and I'm coming in with boxing gloves. Because I'm going to beat that doctor up, and she's a woman.
That was the reason why I started looking at keto, was to replace basically taters, breads, that kind of stuff, because of the inflammation. Not really because of the sugars, but because of the inflammation.
And recovery time. That was my problem. I mean, how long does it take to get back?
I find it now. We'll go to dinner and the kids will have French fries, and I'm like, ooh, 1 or 2 won't hurt me, but a whole handful next 2 days. Yeah.
So that's what blew my knee out. Honestly, was we were playing every Saturday night. We get done. I'm thinking I'm one of the guys that I can eat a regular hamburger or fries or whatever. And that's what I started doing. And then right after that, I wasn't walking with a cane. Right after that, my knee started hurting, a little harder getting up and down. I walked the cane. And then I went to get up on stage one night and the knee just blew out. Bam!
So Tennessee Bushcrafter has a question.
Yeah.
On Worcestershire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted Worcestershire by itself?
Yes.
Yes.
It's horrible.
And
Meat from anchovy.
my humble opinion, Lee and Perrins is far superior than store brand. Store brand seems watered down.
Lee and Perron.
Perrins.
Lee and
Yes,
Perron.
that's my opinion, but I use whatever if I'm feeling cheap or if I'm feeling bougie when I go to buy it. That's what I get.
Hey, Marie, when you use bok choy, do you use the stems with it too? Or she uses it instead of cabbage to make slaw.
Everything.
Yeah.
Honey
Everything.
in
Okay.
place of sugars. Honey's a good thing for sugars because it's natural, especially if you
It's
get a
still gonna
local.
spike.
If you
Still
get
gonna
a
spike.
local honey. Yes,
I
you're gonna
can't
have,
have nothing.
you're gonna
I
have
can't
the
have-
spikes.
Yeah. I can't have nothing. I can't have some people say,
Hammered
well, I can
bread.
have this, I can have that, I get away with monk fruit and all that. I can't have none of that stuff.
Yep.
It just drives me up.
Well, I have found that most everything that you buy that is an artificial sweetener is cut with erythritol.
Yep.
The only problem I have with erythritol is my dogs can't have it because they can't process it and it can kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you take a spoonful of sugar,
anything with erythritol.
yeah. So when you take a spoonful of sugar and put it in your mouth, your liver does not know that it is Domino sugar. It don't know whether it's a baked potato. It does not know that. Okay.
Nope.
Just how your body metabolizes it.
That's
So
right.
that's like I was saying before earlier. I'm having a hard time recovering from it. So the best thing for me is to avoid all that. You know what I mean? And right now I'm feeling really good because I'm doing carnivore right now, just to get my numbers down, and I'm feeling really good. Introducing a little bit here and there. That's how I found out about the tomato paste. I started introducing some stuff, and the tomato paste blew me out of the water. So I know right now I just can't use tomato paste.
Yeah.
Tomato sauce, different animal.
Well, that tomato paste is far more concentrated. That's why.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So Terry's in.
Yeah.
Tom's Food Factory's in.
Yep.
Howdy, fellas.
Yep.
Tom must have known I was talking about his Skyline chili enchiladas.
Yeah. Did you? He paid tribute to you last week, Tom.
Yeah, I hope he watched it.
I hope he
I
did
think
too.
he sent me a message about that. But those were, man, I like those. I like
we
those.
got just Jason Keto. He's here.
Yeah.
Chili
How you doing, Jason?
quesadillas.
He just confirmed what you said.
But you know, when I make my own coleslaw from scratch, I don't buy the store brand stuff, the pre-made, because it's like you said, loaded with sugar.
Yep.
I make my own, and I don't use any sweetener in it whatsoever.
I admit the last few weeks, like Tom and I were talking before the show, I've kind of fallen off, and I had coleslaw just sounds good, and Food Line down the street has a really good one,
Mm-hmm.
but that's my meal.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, I still get the spikes, but I don't know. That's my meal.
If you can compensate for it, more power to you. So, but Paige is being the type 1 diabetic. I try to keep her from doing the yo-yo. Up and down, and all.
See,
So
I have one lady that was actually following along pretty good, and she was doing real well with it. And then I haven't heard from her in a long time. Now I'm not teaching anybody what to do. I'm telling them this is what I'm doing. Okay, so the whole idea is,
Bok choy.
oh yeah,
yeah, I like bok choy.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. If you hadn't tried it with bok choy, if you just want to eat the leaves in something, you can saute them and all, and cut the stalks off. Then use the stalks like you would celery.
mm-hmm.
Oh, put it in tuna. Put it in the chicken.
Yep.
Whatever. It is wonderful. It gives it a great flavor.
bok.
Yeah, she might be dead, right? No, Pickles, I did hear from her. She went off the track, and she gained what she lost plus. Okay, and is went from type 2, actually worked herself into a type 1 diabetic. So I mean, it's how it's like I said, it's how. No matter what you put in your mouth, your sugar's going to spike. There's nobody out there that's going to eat something and have a level blood sugar. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to. I'm playing that song, "Staying Alive." Staying alive.
Who's that? Are y'all talking about? Who's that y'all talking about?
Just Jason Keto. Howdy. I'm a little behind.
Who you talking about, Tom? That went to type 1?
This woman that was following me way back early on. And then I haven't heard from her in a while. And then I guess it was about a month ago that she had sent me a message about, not doing well. I tripped the whole bit. And I said, well, everybody trips. I said, I tripped. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not holier than thou. But then she told me that she went so far where she gained her weight back plus another 40 or 50 pounds on top of it. And then come to find out that she is type 1 now. So I don't know. I don't know how many people are misdiagnosed, though. You know what I mean?
Hey, Pickles. Yeah, we're not the channel of ailments. We're the channel of how you deal with ailments.
What did you say?
Oh, he said
So
we're the channel of ailments.
Alios, I think that one gives you gut problems.
Yep. It can in some folks.
Yep, and that's what I experienced. I'm behind on the chat. I'm sorry.
You get the bubble guts.
Yeah. So what happens? You turn around, you listen to all these different doctors and stuff like that. Any kind of sweetener is not good for you. Okay, whether it comes out of the chemist or out of the fields, it's not good for you. And plain and simple. And our generation growing up was the generation of junk food. Okay. Cereals, all that crap. Okay. And I'm paying the price for it right now. Paying the price for it. But anyway, let's get back to what we're going to do in the future. Let's work on something here. Let's get somebody involved. Maybe have another guest.
Well, we had a list of people that were saying that they wanted to get in.
Yeah.
But then when it was time to step up, they didn't take that next step.
Give me that name and
number. So it was like, well,
and then I went on a live with Sana and Cindy DeManch, and I told them, I said, y'all come on with us and y'all cook. And Cindy says, I don't like cooking. I said, Sana, you cook. Come on and cook something. She said, I don't know.
They've taken the interview thing and just blew up with it, and that's great. I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, they do. They do great. We had such a great time.
I think having an interview going on while chatting would be, or cooking would be kind of cool, but the more people the better, because as well as I do, we get stumped. I'll forget what I'm saying, and then we're stuck.
You can't have all of us cooking at the same time. It gets too busy up there. You know what I mean? So we should alternate back and forth. You know what I mean? If the three of us are cooking, it can get kind of nuts.
But it works well when we have two and a moderator.
Somebody's got on my Wi-Fi because now it's a.
Yeah.
Oh, but
yeah,
Pickles. About pimp. Hey, pimping ain't easy, dude.
That's it. Especially when it's hot.
Yeah.
Sweet things themselves aren't the problem. Availability, consumption. Yeah. So what I think, I kind of like it when we have one person cooking and the other one running the chat.
Yeah.
But like we ran into where not everybody was available.
Right.
And there's many weeks
Guilty.
Pop in, and that was it. Otherwise, it was just me.
Yeah.
And to schedule somebody to be there, at that time you wasn't able to come over.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I had some things going personal wise that ate up my time. Between my wife, my brother-in-law, and vacation, that kind of stuff.
You're busy as hell.
Yeah. And
and
but
life happens, and that's what the show's all about, right?
Exactly.
It's life.
Exactly.
And it's how we deal with things and how we're living. So it's encompassing everything. If we can set up an interview and have somebody cook, kind of like the old Emerald show, which is what I like, the style I think we were kind of going for. But
yeah,
I'll tell you what, though, I can't keep track of what I'm saying and where I'm going. I keep recalculating, and it's
the
old
1-in-1. The 1-in-1 works real well. The one cooking, one moderator. Even 2 cooking and 1 moderator works well too.
Yeah.
But when you get more than that cooking, it does tend to clog up a little bit.
Right now, I'm working on OBS right now. I'm trying to figure that out. In my downtime, I was into how different ways, because StreamYard is limited unless you're going to pay for it. Okay, for the commercial end of it, to move things around to make it look a little bit more professional and whatever. But right now, OBS I'm working with transferring, from one to the other, with no delays and everything else like that. Once I think I got it from now on, all my videos going forward on keto is going to be done through OBS. Daddy Dutch, what's up, brother? So that's once I get that set up
Hey,
to the point where I can put it into StreamYard, and then we can run it from there. In other words, when I send, or you send me an email, I can set that up through there. So the transition would be much easier. Then you can have a moderator that's off the screen and you guys cooking. You know what I mean?
So it's worked pretty well where, like on our Sunday show, where Rusty will be up cooking and I'm moderating.
Mm-hmm.
And not only so if we do that kind of thing where we have a guest, like say, just throwing it out there, Jason, if just Jason Keto comes up,
yeah, Jason, come cook.
We interview him while he's cooking a chaffle.
Right.
Like if he remakes a certain somebody's Reuben chaffle while we're interviewing him,
or you get the chaffle irons out.
The camera can be focused on the food and not on him. But I'm just using you as an example, Jason. But then that way it takes a little bit of the pressure off of the person cooking, because the camera's straight down onto the food. But, kind of, and just have them as they're the focal point. We're asking the questions. Tell us your story, and kind of bringing that in while they're preparing something.
Yeah, we can work on that. I mean,
I lost it.
Just trying to get some other people involved in it to open it up a little bit further, than what it is right now. So.
And I think it's really neat whenever we throw up something like a chicken dish. Whatever you make is going to have to be with chicken. And then all of a sudden we come up here, get everything set up, get ready to go, and our dish and Mike's dish are pretty much the same dish, just prepared a different way.
Right.
I mean, so many times that we've come up with, almost the same thing.
We have.
So,
and we don't discuss it beforehand.
Exactly.
Not at
It's
all.
just coincidence.
So have somebody come up and cook regular, but we have to, being that it's the keto show, we have to make it keto.
Yep. Throw a challenge at us.
Yeah. But have somebody come up and do it. Well, we can chat about that stuff. I think it's a good idea.
And a lot of times when I get sent videos, like his daughter will send me a video, or, somebody else will. And then I look at it and I say, okay, well, if I'm going to do it on Wednesday, what do I got to change to get there? And that usually works out pretty well.
or we send out like an email in the beginning or a short for Wednesday's show and throw out what we're cooking. If we're going to be making lizard guts, you know.
So we could
make that keto.
Yeah.
We can talk about like have somebody come on and cook a keto meal while we interview them. Because Mike, we've done that where
We have.
you were cooking and I was moderating, and then we were talking about your story
Right.
while you were doing it.
Right. And it worked real well. That went real well. And we've been wanting to do your side of that as well, where you talk about yours and I moderate.
Yeah. So I mean, if we bring in somebody else like guests, what's that? Then it's the Rachel Ray show.
I'll go topless. So,
but
nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we don't want Mario on there.
Hey, eyes are up here.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think the live cooking thing is pretty cool. I don't know how many.
I've gotten to where I enjoy doing it, and it's always interesting. Like Rusty said, we will come up with the same type of dish, but we are preparing it totally different.
Yep.
And it's interesting, I think, to see how, because we came up with it by sheer happenstance, and how we decided that one of us decided to cook it this way, the other one decided to cook it that way, and it turned out great on both of them.
Yep. And with our two taste buds being different, you get more, I don't know what, well-rounded. I don't know if it's really it's about as rounded as a melting snowman, but but you get two different opinions, two different takes on the same dish.
Yeah.
Edutainment. But Pickle says it's edutainment. I like that.
I mean,
YouTube or OnlyFans.
I had some people saying, "Well, the stuff you're cooking don't look too bad. Let's try it."
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
You don't have to have diabetes, or you don't have to be keto to what I cook.
Exactly.
The only problem with us doing it topless is people would forget that it's keto with all the rolls. I'd have to change my name to Pillsbury.
And we'll call ourselves the Flab 4.
We'll be the keto doughboys.
Yeah. Look at the rolls on that.
Yeah,
I bet you our first video would really go viral.
We'd be rolling in dough.
Yep. The only problem is most of us wouldn't be able to see our feet.
Or much less anything in between.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good direction. We'll come up with something on it, but trying to make it entertaining, and but also involve everybody else. Even if coming up with our rubs or something different that we're going to put on a chicken. Say whole chicken, or how you're going to do it. This one's using that one, that one's using our stuff. Though, you know what I mean? Come up with some kind of fun for it, and
well, I just had an old buddy reach out to me and said, "Hey, your Bayou Bear." Well, he sends me a text, says, "Hey, you want to trade recipes?" I was like, "Sure. What you want?" And he said, "I need your seasoning recipe for the Bayou Bear." All right. I sent it to me, and he sent me his dad's brisket and ham barbecue sauce. Now, his dad used to make. He's learned in Texas how to make brisket. So that was the standard of brisket for me and the wife. So when I first started doing brisket, the wife looked at me, she goes, "Don't F it up." So he sent me the recipe for that. So
That's right.
So you've been doing ever since then. Have you been doing the shepherd's prayer before you cook one? You know what the shepherd's prayer is? It was when Alan Shepard was on top of the Mercury capsule when he was the first one going into space, and he sits there and he says, "Dear Lord, don't let me f this up. Don't let."
So Tom
Literally
wants
a
us to
true
be-
story.
Tom's Food Factory wants us to be more like Jerry Springer.
Troy Reed, what's that?
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I think we can.
Troy Reed, what's going on, buddy?
You can't use biscuits.
What would we have here your illegitimate son? What would he say to all this? What would he say?
I love keto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
good to see you, Troy.
Do a curry rub.
So 1 month we should do this. 4 weeks in a month. So we should
can't do that.
Chicken, beef, pork, okay, lamb if we can find it, whatever.
Well, now you remember what happened with the biscuits and gravy. So I don't know if we should do it 4 weeks in a row.
I still think of that. Sometimes I laugh my ass off. Your wife went, Lee, please, no more biscuits and gravy.
No more.
No more.
I almost lost my coffee spilt. It was funny as hell.
I laughed myself silly.
Yeah,
the curry rub, my wife would throw it at me if I did a curry rub.
Yeah, the Bayou Bear, I get a lot of good compliments on. It's a good, like my buddy, and this guy, he's been barbecuing as long as I've known him, and he was like, "That's some good stuff. How do you make it?" And I mean, I got a video on it. I'll share it. I don't care. It's pretty simple. My nephew makes it, and everybody gives it to. They come back and they're like, "Hey, can we get some more? Can we get some more?" He gives it to his teachers and some of the.
There you go.
Some of the teachers' aides and stuff like that. Troy V, how you doing, buddy?
Weren't you guys doing like the 30 minutes cook and then talk about what you did or something like that? I remember saying.
Well, we kind of do that now because we talk for sometimes up to 10 minutes or so. We've even done 15 minutes before we ever start cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, we have a talk afterwards where we're doing the food tasting and all, and we talk about it and what we think we might be able to do better with it or any number of things.
As much as we screw around, there's no way we could cook something in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're talking. We're good to get an hour.
Tom, we're not high heat flipping it over like trying to get seven dinners out at the same time.
No, we're not.
We're doing good.
I want to bring the Monument flat top out and do a whole meal on it.
Yep.
That's what I did for their introduction.
Yep.
And I made chicken parm with a vegetable and spaghetti squash on it. On that thing. Let's do that. I mean,
good.
Yeah. Everybody does smash burgers or something on there.
Exactly.
Bacon.
How many times can you cook smash burgers?
I use the flat top, the E series, the electric griddle, and we'll make a whole meal on that. We've done that on the show.
Now,
just before we do that, I can't go outside right now.
Yeah. Well, mine's an electric one, so I can do it inside of.
I tell you what, I can actually make salami outside right now. That's how hot it is. It's freaking unbelievable.
Well, I wanted to get the electric one, but I was afraid I was going to kick a breaker every time I tried to use it.
Look into the V4 one.
The who?
It pulls about 1,500 watts.
V4. Look into V4.
Yeah, I've only tripped it once.
Yeah, we've only tripped it once.
Running 3 box fans in the laptop.
Oh, wow. What's your breaker rated at?
I don't know.
Mine, the one I'm plugged into here is about 1,500 watts, and so if I run like toast
But it's
the
a try.
if I run the blender and the Ninja and the uh, air fryer at the same time, I'll kick a breaker. If I
As soon as
run,
I was okay with the flat top, the E series, and 3 box fans and the laptop, but as soon as I plugged in that little waffle iron,
that's yeah, those waffle irons pull about 300 or 400 each.
See, that heating element might be little, but it's powerful.
Oh yeah, and you will burn yourself on that bad boy.
Do you realize I can't use my electric smoker outside? So how hot it is? The thermostat just does not work.
Oh wow.
You get up to a certain, I mean, it's 120 outside, and then plug that in. Just don't want to do it.
poster child of how to do a grilled cheese in an hour. Think we can do it?
We can do a grilled cheese in an hour.
Well, have you seen the new? The I guess it's a viral. I don't know. The new thing that keeps coming up is they take the hot dog and then they put it in the bun and then they top it with cheese and then they flip it over and grill the cheese, the whole thing at once.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I saw that.
Haven't seen
I've
that.
seen it. I've seen it, and I've tried it. It
Anyway.
works. It works. It's great. But I'm gonna tell you what. I saw a video today on TikTok where
Cheese squirt
This
on
girl-
the griddle, and then put the hot dog under so that the coat catches everything.
yeah. But I saw a girl in Australia.
Wi-Fi.
She had this thing. It was a griddle, and it had a top and a bottom to it, and it snapped too. And she cooked the grilled cheese on it in the microwave, and it put grill marks on it. Looked fantastic. And I'm like, holy smokes. And I said, huh. So I started researching it, and I said, it says, you see some of them where it'll say it'll cook grilled cheese, it'll cook a burger, it'll cook a steak, it'll cook chicken. And I'm like, okay, I got to try this, you know? So I ordered it, you know, so we'll see what happens when it comes. I might use it on a live one night.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
If you can make a grilled cheese in a microwave, that's a miracle.
it is really. Yeah.
So
All right,
Tom,
what's the Amazon link?
Economy.
What's that, Rusty?
Hey, Mike, what's the Amazon link? I need to get me one.
I just did what did I microwave microwavable
In the
toasty
new.
maker. Microwavable toasty maker. Not
Okay.
toast maker, toasty.
Okay.
so Mr. Tom's Food Factory says grilled cheese with tomato and basil. I would be
Yes, sir.
down with
There
that.
you go.
This guy would cuss up a storm.
The basil's okay. I just don't want no tomato.
So if I put tomato on it, I got to put cilantro on it just to really get him.
So no tom cheese, no tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Caffey grilled cheese. I don't know about
Choppel,
using caffey.
choppel grilled cheese.
Oh, chaffle. Man, my dyslexia. Let me tell you what. Chaffle grilled cheese. I've done that and I don't know. Just the chaffles, they're good for a minute and then they're not. Like I go in
I will
spurts.
fill you up, that's for sure. And that's the whole idea behind them. It's to eat them because they're very filling. So
Welcome to my Australian brother.
And I'm like,
I'm not in Australia, but I'm half Australian.
The Wi-Fi, that's why that's happening.
yeah. Ugh.
Rye
That's
choppers.
me.
Oh yeah,
There it is right there. Grilled cheese in the
I love
microwave.
it.
I chaffle.
You found it?
Good morning. I like what's going on.
Yeah.
What's it look like? Show the people. That's a miracle I don't want.
I gotta turn my brightness down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So chaffles are
Chaffles
like,
are
whoa,
like,
Charlie.
Boom chicka wow wow. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
That's it.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one I ordered too.
Microwave sandwich maker, grilled cheese maker, crisper, toaster, cookware, panini press, fast and dishwasher safe in
Oh,
orange.
thank God. Thank God for that.
It matches my Blackstone and your e-sipping.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to do that when Paige wants a sandwich, to be able to hit her with a grilled cheese sandwich. She loves grilled cheese. And, you can put ham on there. It'll heat the ham up too, because that's the one thing about it when you do it on the stove.
Grilled cheese in minutes. Say goodbye to soggy grilled cheese sandwiches and hello to crispy golden perfection in your microwave.
Steve, how you been? All right?
Well, Mike, you tell me how it works before I spend $32 on it.
All right, you got a deal. I'll do it on a live. When it comes in, I'll do it on a live.
You're right.
That's what Tom found. All right.
All right. Let's see what's cooking next week. What are you guys going to do next week? If you want, I'll moderate until I get my feet back into it again.
Okay.
Sure. What y'all want to see? What y'all want to see out there? Throw something out.
Yeah.
Make it doable now. Don't. I know some of y'all.
Made it to
This is
Woods.
at you, Pickles. This is.
Process, and he's excited.
Well, he's going to be awful comfortable in this heat in Fort Lost in the Woods too.
In the woods.
Lindenwood, Missouri, it's really, really
yeah,
humid in there in that area.
Dishwasher safe. It's nice to think of all the safety features to protect women.
Yeah.
Protect women.
Oh,
Tom, is Island Life in Tasmania? Is that our buddy? That's our buddy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You changed your name or you started a new one?
New one.
Ah, okay, cool.
Hello, Maria.
Fabulous Vibes. How are you doing? Well, I don't know. I got sent a thing the other day, a little video of where they take the hot dog and they split it and then they open it and they fill it with burger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you grill it on both sides. Burger boat or something like that. I don't know. What do you got?
We did. I was trying to see what that was, the last one that Tamara sent. And I couldn't. I've already deleted it. So I don't
Next move. Haha, Mike. Yep.
Let's
It's
see.
me. Next move. Okay.
All right. So we're kicking up an hour.
Chicken fried steak with pork rinds.
Bingo.
Chicken fried steak with pork rinds.
I threw a twist out
Okay.
with my.
Okay, I might be able to pull that off. You want some gravy?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's got to come with gravy.
Okay.
No biscuits, Lee.
No biscuit. I tell you what, as many times I've made probably 6 different kinds of biscuits, and I ain't found one that doesn't taste like gritty almond flour.
Yeah. Oh, I don't use that shit no more. That's garbage. I watched somebody make something today. Some kind of bread or something, and threw that damn almond flour in it. Boy, I tell you
Johnny, we got Johnny.
Come here. What's going on?
You know,
the cat dragged in.
So Tom's Food Factory sent it to me.
The cat was cooked, Johnny.
well, come on, let's hear what it is, and we'll tell you if it's too difficult.
Yep. Tom sent it to me, and then on Instagram or whatever, and I'll pass it on to the other fellows, and we'll see if we can't put it on the schedule.
All right.
Look what the cat dragged in, molten lava in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gravy. So we're doing what we doing? Country fried steak.
Yep. Chicken fried steak.
Chicken
country
fried.
Chicken fried, country fried. Is there really a difference?
I don't think there is.
No. No, there ain't.
One's at Cracker
Depends on
Barrel.
where you're from.
Yeah.
Huh?
One's at Cracker Barrel, and I think one uses ground beef and one uses sirloin.
Now I'm gonna give you a little history on it because I got done doing it.
I'm
on my
gonna
other
use cube
channel.
steak.
I did a little history on that. All that stuff comes from Germany, okay, from the 1st century BC, and it all comes from Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, okay, it makes
That's
sense.
how far back that goes. So what happened was the Germans, okay, settled in Texas in 1850. So they brought all their recipes.
Mhm.
There's
And that
schnitzels
was
with
the beginning of chicken fried steak in Texas, which is a #1 seller still in Texas today.
Yeah, and the
Yep.
and the Czechoslovakians settled in there too, and they made those kolaches.
And then you have in Italy, you have veal Milanese, which is made the same way, pounded out,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
and that. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can do it with pork, you can do it with beef, you can do it with chicken. Okay,
Shepherd baked potato.
fried chicken.
Shepherd pie baked potato.
A shepherd's pie
Potato.
baked tater.
Can I baked
I
potato?
can't have baked potato.
No, but
I can
we
do a shepherd's pie now. I can
You
do a
can
shepherd's
do-
pie.
in a roasted head of cauliflower.
True.
It's not rice.
It's
I didn't say you had to rice it.
We got a kick out of that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
I still got that that picture saved with Tom going, "It's not rice."
I had one bubbly little lady telling, so I had rice cauliflower. It was great. The rice was really good. Friggin' rice.
Have a good day, Johnny.
He
All
gets
right.
triggered a little bit, folks. He
I
gets a
have
little
possible
triggered over that. Good day to you, Johnny.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate you dropping by.
Yes.
Charlie, that
Mm.
Charlie, that sounds like a
Biscuits are
That's-
expected.
pasta wrapped tater rice stuff encrusted in a baguette with fries on top. Make it keto.
You take a head of
Let's
cauliflower.
ban Charlie from the show.
Our limitations are roughly an hour.
I have pasta
And
wrapped
that's-
potato. Okay.
I would completely
Stuffed
forget what I was doing.
crusted in a baguette
We lost Mike.
with fries on top of it. You know what? That's not a bad challenge there, Charlie. You know what? That's something to think about. I can
The pasta wrapped tater. So you
I
could
can-
sub the tater out for a head of cauliflower.
You get the
Roasted.
pelmeni noodles for the pasta.
Yep. Yep. And then the rice, that'd be overkill. You'd have to use like broccoli rice or something.
Yeah.
Riced broccoli.
a baguette. No.
Palmini.
With the
rice.
fries, you could probably get away with jicama. Jicama or zucchini
Pick 'em up.
or daikon. You use all that too.
Mashed cauliflower.
All right.
Biscuits are expected with our dish.
That's on the biscuit channel, Tom. www. We got biscuits.
That'll be a whole different show. Charlie's been banned. We're not banning you, buddy. You should be.
Actually, that was a pretty good. Actually, that was a pretty good. I like that. We might have to think that one
hot
out.
seat. Well, we kind of. CJ and Ken is your first guest. I mean, we kind of. That's what we're kind of talking about, but keeping it with a cooking twist. Instead of a drinking twist, we got a cooking twist.
All right.
Texans make it sound like what? Collages?
Kolaches.
Watch it.
Oh, Polacks. I've been making it.
Kolaches.
Those
Oh.
Polacks have been making them a long time. That's 100% right, Troy.
Gas attached meal. They would refuse in a heartbeat.
I don't know.
I don't know, Charlie. We'll keep you. I haven't banned. I've only banned maybe 1 or 2 people, but it's because they were rude to
Yeah.
my daughters.
Yeah, you get rude. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't put up with that crap. Sorry. Don't go there.
Well,
We don't-
y'all like look me up on Facebook, Messenger, or Instagram. Instagram's the same handle. Send me things that you want to see.
Yeah.
Little videos, reels, whatever. Comment on one of the videos on this video even, because it'll show up that links to stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can't do.
Or you
But,
give me a key.
let's do that. Let's do that chicken fried steak next week. I like
Yeah,
that.
I got it
idea.
wrote down. Chicken fried steak next week.
Yep.
Now,
Sounds good.
I think the difference between chicken fried and country fried is one's cube steak and one's hamburger. But I could be wrong. I probably am.
One's with a brown gravy and the other one's with a white gravy.
Okay.
Oh, the color of gravy. Okay.
Ah. Okay. Huh.
Y'all got me all messed up. Chicken fried steak. I'd go down to the store, buy a steak, come home, bread it, drop it in a fryer, and have fried steak.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have picked up cube steak.
Well, I think
Why?
that's
Round steak works real good for that too.
Yep. You got to beat it out, make it nice and thin.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
absolutely.
question though. Could it be Kentucky round steak?
Why not?
Bologna?
not? Uh-huh.
It didn't say nothing about no steak. Oh, it could be. Yeah,
I
you
like
could.
Well, I mean, growing up, we called bologna Kentucky round steak.
The challenge was, to make a chicken fried steak with gravy.
Yeah.
That was the challenge.
Yep.
It didn't specify anything. Chicken didn't specify anything. So
Could be a hamburger steak.
Kentucky fried steak. Troy V gets it.
11 herbs and spices.
Could be a tube steak.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anytime, so in North Carolina, everybody bashes West Virginia. And so in Ohio, whenever something was wonky or whatever, we're like, well, that's a Kentucky thing. So Kentucky round steak was always bologna.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've heard it called West Virginia steak, but
It was a place we used to go to in North Carolina. It's a real country restaurant.
Oh,
And
Portobello
made-
steak.
they made
That's an
chicken fried
interesting-
chicken steak. Could be a portobello one too, pickles. That's right. Yeah. So okay.
Well, we got our work cut out for us.
yep.
I love it.
I've got cube steak in the freezer,
I do too.
but we could even chicken fry some bacon.
Oh yeah.
Mama says no.
My wife's over here. She goes, no.
Is that
I don't know why
sacrilegious?
you can
Okay.
chicken fry a biscuit though for your wife.
Is she saying that's sacrilegious for bacon
Chicken
to be
fried
fried
keto
like
biscuit.
that?
No more biscuits, please.
She's planning on not being here now.
She has to work late that day.
Oh, I got an outing.
Yeah, I think Summer's having trivia night. She's not going to be here.
Tom just hits the nail on the head. That's where my thinking is right here. So you guys should do this once a month to get your ideas to work on for the rest of the month.
Well,
Still listening and working. All right, buddy.
All right. I do I was working on a biscuit with using protein powder, and I kind of shelved it because I didn't really have time to finish figuring it out. I think I'm gonna bring it off the shelf and try to figure it out for next week.
A breaded biscuit.
A breaded biscuit.
Man,
There you go.
a pork rind
So,
biscuit.
so the
Okay.
people,
How
what I
about a
found around
carnivore
here-
biscuit? How about a carnivore biscuit?
Yeah.
what I found around here is so after we do our little workout in the mornings, we always go to like a little mom and pop restaurant and just conversate, right? And I always get coffee, and these guys will get the biscuits and gravy or whatever, and the biscuits are fried on the flat top, so they're cooked, and then when you order one, they put it on the flat top and smash it like a smash burger and flip it and get it crispy on both sides.
Ooh.
Oh, you talk about looking gorgeous. Oh,
I can't hear what
the
you're
only thing that
saying.
runs through my mind is the Beach Boys video where they were talking about California girls. Oh, the golden brown. Woo.
Terry, what's the question? Terry said, I have a question.
Oh,
Go for it, Terry.
yep. Ask away. That sounds good. Which
Yeah,
sounds good?
The
Your biscuits.
mashed biscuit.
Oh man, the fried biscuits. Oh, is sweet potatoes that good?
Nope.
Not for me to not.
Well,
Not for me.
it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for
A high blood sugar, not good.
right, if you're looking to get away from actual taters, yes.
Yes.
If you're looking because the starch content's there, but it's the way your body
Well,
breaks it down is a little bit different.
Yep.
Let,
They are sweeter with butter, and
let,
that's all
me,
you need.
let me clear up a little bit here because you know what? A lot of people take it the wrong way of things that I say. I have type 2 diabetes, so I can't have that stuff. But if you're on keto, okay, like Marie is doing keto, okay, and she can have a sweet potato, okay, because it doesn't spike her sugar at all because she's not a diabetic, all right? So you can watch your intake of carbs and still have a little bit of everything, okay, throughout your time. Me, on the other hand, okay, I'm going in August, I'll be going into my 4th year doing this, okay? And this past year, it was hell because I went off my chart there. You know what I mean? So anything that I do have right now, I'm sensitive to. So if I walk past the bread aisle in the store, I can feel my sugar start to jump. Okay, that's because how sensitive it is. But if you are doing keto just to lose some weight or just to feel better, whatever, yes, you can have a potato. Yes, you can have a little bit of home fries. Portion it, okay, and just keep your carb intake, easy. I can't do that because it'll blow me up out of the water.
So if you're looking for like a hash or home fries, sweet taters are the way to go. You just need to dice them small or shred them and make like a hash brown with them. They're naturally sweet, so you're not adding any sugar just salt and pepper is all you need on it. That works a lot better than taters, and you don't need as much of it to feel full and satisfied
Ground up shrimp
as you do
shell.
taters. Does it make sense?
Nope. I'm sorry, Lee. I'm not doing any ground up shrimp shell.
Yeah. I put that up there, and then I got sidetracked because I was thinking, like, if I have a whole sweet tater, then you eat the whole thing and you're stuffed, and you feel bloated and everything. I don't get the swelling or the inflammation from the sweet tater that I get from a tater. If you fry it, then you're adding stuff to it, and it makes it, because you're frying it and like
It also depends on the carb count. Okay, that's what I like to do. It's not with sugars, and it's the carbohydrates and how it metabolizes in your system.
Right.
Because carbs, the sugar, and the
If
glucose.
you're eating pretty clean, and you're having it as a hash or a hash brown type deal,
Yeah.
as a small side dish, like that big side dish, yay high, nothing big, then, and that's all your carbs for the day, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Will you get a blood sugar spike? Yes.
yes.
But my blood sugar spiked 40 points walking down the stairs.
So,
You know,
but in the same token, though, you got to clear it up there, okay? The whole idea is to kill the cravings, get away from the cravings, get away from all that stuff, okay? You can eat the way I eat, okay, and still be. Last night I ate. Yesterday we ate at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I haven't eaten nothing yet until today, until I get off of here and go cook dinner. That's how I'm working with it, to get away from the cravings. So if you're going to keep, especially if you're diabetic. Now, if you're type 1 diabetic, yeah, you can have that without, to get a sugar spike without crashing. That's the whole idea with that.
but if you're dead set on eating, if you're watching your carb count and you're dead set on eating a sweet potato, cook the sweet potato, get it cooked, put it in the fridge. Then the next day, reheat it, use fat with it, like butter, put butter in it or something, and also pair it with a protein. And you have the carb count will be reduced because of the second heating of it. For some reason, it diminishes the carb count when you reheat, and it makes it a resistant starch, more of a resistant starch. And then you also, with the butter adding the fat to it, it also blunts the carb effect on it as well. Now you're still going to have a lot of carbs at one thing, but that's the best way you can, if you dead set on eating it, that's going to be your best bet to kind of diminish the hit.
Everybody's got their own thing, Terry. When we went to sweet taters, it was to get off of taters. We used it as that gateway to eating cleaner. And so, like, if you take one sweet tater that's about yay big, you cook it and only eat half of it, you're in about 17 to 20 carbs, roughly.
I'll tell you what I like to do. This is really good, and it does make you think of mashed sweet potatoes. You take get cauliflower mash, make it, and then put some canned pumpkin in there, and mix it up, and do it just like you would your sweet potato mash, and it's going to remind you of it tremendously. Put some cinnamon in there if you want it. Put some, that kind of thing. And it will, butter and cinnamon, and you'll be amazed at how much it mimics it.
Yep.
It's not going to be the same now. Don't go in there thinking it's going to be exactly what it tastes like with the other, because it's not. But if you go about it and you think, it's a suitable substitute.
Yeah, so one right here, it says, so one small sweet potato, which is probably 2 inches in diameter, 5 inches long, is 114 grams, but it's 24 grams of carbohydrates.
Yep.
That's what it is. So,
but that's way less than a regular potato, though.
Oh yeah, a regular potato is 60, exactly. Just about 60 carbs. So for me to test the waters with a sweet potato, and then everybody does what they want, but I mean, for me to test the waters with that, I'm already way above my 20 carbs. And that right now, with my age, that'll stay there for 2 days. Then not to get my numbers back down. Because I'm not, right now at this part of my life, I am not recuperating good from sugar spikes at all. Okay, and that plays hell with me, so not right, it's not right, but all things do matter. You know what I mean? So like
Terry,
I said,
you're just gonna have to try it and see.
test your sugar. You got to use the tester. sugar.
See how big a spike it is and how long it takes to come back down.
Right.
And have it in moderation. I mean, if you have a couple slices or a spoon, like a serving spoon of the hash browns, that's not going to kill you. You'll get a little spike, but it gives you that hash brown taste without the inflammation properties that regular taters give me.
Mike, you remember when me, you, and Alan, we were going back and forth about, about using sweeteners and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I tried. I really did. They all affected me, sometimes worse than. Now, regular sugar will, you can have regular sugar, okay? You get your spike and it'll drop back down again. It's the carbohydrate that lingers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it takes a little bit longer and stuff like that. So we're going, I'm just trying everything. Matter of fact, I don't know who's in here, stevia. Try stevia, okay? It's, it's natural, the whole bit. It doesn't work for me. It just, it bothers me, stays for a longer time. But I got to tell you now, I'm going, like I said, August will be 4 years going into this. And I keep saying, if I eat a lot of chicken, I get on a chicken kick and I'm having all different kinds of chicken, my sugar goes up because of the protein, no fat.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I mean, this is not made for sissies. Let's put it that way.
No. But the interesting thing, all right, you're type 2 diabetic, Paige is type 1. It affects you, and I see that more often in type 2 than I do in type 1. And because the sweeteners like sucralose, allulose, those kind of things, they don't affect her blood sugar. They do not spike it one bit. And but I have heard of other folks with type 1 or type 2 rather talk about it spikes it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's amazing, that there's that much of a difference.
If you
I
read
use
into
stevia myself, and the stevia does not affect me.
Everybody's different. Yeah.
Right. A lot of these sweeteners that Lee can't take because they taste bad to him or they affect him some way. I mean, I'm type 2, and the same stuff we could take, and it does not have that effect on me. I mean, different people definitely react different ways. But stevia is the sweetener that I use at home, and when I make my sweet tea, it's stevia. If I don't eat a lot of cereal, but if I do, like I get me some cornflakes, I might put a little bit of stevia on top of that. But stevia is, to me, it's the only thing. I can't say the only thing because I haven't tried everything out there, but it's the one that I use because it really works well for me.
You use equal, or not equal, but sweet and low when you're here.
Right, sweet and low. When I drink my coffee here, they got sweet and low packets for me, and I use that. And I mean, I just, that's what, it doesn't affect me. It's what I use. It's what I like.
Right.
My wife loves the sweet and low, and my dad's uses equal. I'd rather not have either one.
When I was diagnosed with bladder cancer, they told me square business, no sugars, get away from any sweetener, stay away from all that. Okay, cancer feeds off of sugar. Now, when they say sugar, they're not saying domino sugar. They're not calling certain things out.
No,
they're calling out anything that
derived from sugar.
Right, exactly. So I mean, I took that to heart. That's bullshit. Right? No, it's not. It really isn't. You know what I mean? So it affects people differently, and there again. So it's all a matter of testing. You gotta. That's why right now, like I said, I'm doing carnivore, and I found out that guess what?
Thanks.
I can't use a lot of tomato paste now. Blows it up. I was on the other night with a fellow who can't eat Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts blows this guy's sugar up out of the water. And I go figure that one out. Okay, so
what kind of Brussels sprouts? Fresh, or you buy a processed that is frozen with the huh?
All he said was Brussels sprouts. So
because if you're buying the frozen bags that have the cheese sauce in it,
you're gonna have
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I
if
think
you're getting fresh and you're cutting them up and you're tossing them in olive oil, salt, and pepper, there's no sugar there.
Right.
Because Brussels sprouts is cabbage.
Right.
Yeah. But the whole idea, it still has some carbohydrates in it.
Hmm.
Okay, there's no vegetable out there that has no carbohydrates. They have a little bit. Broccoli has 2 or 3 carbs
Right.
per serving. So stuff like that.
But I look at it like this. When it comes to the veggies like that,
Mhm.
I don't worry about the carbs in them. I don't count them. I don't sweat it because they're no big deal to me.
So
That ain't what made me fat.
yeah, see, so like I was saying, now I do a lot of Italian cooking, so I use a lot of tomato paste, tomato products, and stuff like that. I can't know more if I want to, because that blew me. Not that amount. Let's put it that way.
When you make the pepper sauce, the peppers, you use the peppers and make the sauce. Does it affect it?
I gotta try it. I gotta see it. That's why I'm doing carnivore now, to see what I can and can't use.
Okay.
So Charlie's asking about purple yams.
I
What's
never
your
had
experience
one.
with those?
I've never had one.
Anything with a flavonoid color in it, with the flavonoids in it, I don't think the carbohydrate count is that high on it. Okay, there again, it's the amount that you have.
Right.
If it's colored, all right, there's more flavonoids in it, which counteracts with the carbohydrate. But that you would have to check. Google it. How many carbs are in it? How many carbs are in? I don't. The other thing I don't know, a lot of people are buying these. What do you call it? These apps, putting apps on to see what they got. Google's fine. They'll tell you exactly what you need.
Google will answer a bunch. Google is my friend.
Yeah.
Use the Google.
Google, where's my socks? Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go down rabbit holes like crazy with it.
Buddy.
That's why I was telling Lee earlier. That's why I went with carnivore. No, I'm not going to stay on carnivore. I'm not going to be on carnivore because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm doing to help myself, because now I'm not bashing doctors, so nobody get bent out of shape with it. Okay, but they are not taught for what we are doing. They're there to push medications and stuff like that on it. So I did the elimination to find out what's spiking me right now, the way I'm eating. Okay, and I did go off track, and it hurt me. It really did hurt me. So now my age, okay, I'm going to be 70 in October, and it's starting to work on my brain a little bit of what's next. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to stay pretty fit, pretty walking around, and cognitive about what I'm doing. And if I just say I'm going to be 70, screw it. All right, give me a Hostess yo-yo or whatever the hell you call it. All right, and the hell with it. I can't afford to do that after the time I invested into it now. So what I do and what Lee does and what Mike does, totally different.
Yep.
It's totally different on how we all operate. Our
Exactly.
brains are thinking the same way, right? Rusty says he can have stevia. I can't. All right.
I don't like the taste of it.
But the whole point is, so you got to try this out. There again, if you're in it for just for weight loss, you can get away with having all that other stuff. Okay.
The other thing you got to think
your blood sugar don't raise that high when you do have something, and how long it takes to come back down again, and you'll know because you'll feel like crap. That's the whole game right there. You know what I mean?
when you're trying this stuff out, and you have to do your cost to reward to try out all these sugars and all these sweeteners. It's expensive.
Yeah.
It is expensive.
Oh boy, is it ever?
And I mean, when you're looking at, you get a small bag like this of monk fruit and erythritol or stevia or whatever.
$9.
$9.
Yeah.
Or you buy a thing of sugar and you just eat a little bit of it. Which is worse for you? Both of them are heavily processed. One's made out of majority chemical.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got to weigh out your cost to reward ratio.
Cost
Are you going to feel better? Yes, but really, how much? If you just cut back to Sweet Baby Ray's, the original, right? Loaded with sugar. But if I go to a tablespoon, that's the suggested size is 2. But if I put 1 on, I just cut that in half. Now I went from 23 carbs for 2 tablespoons to 10 or 11, right?
Yep.
It's all up here. It's
And
up
yeah.
here.
And are you going to be? Is your sugar going to spike? Yes, but you're eating. It's going to spike anyway.
Exactly. Soon
If
as you
you're
start
having- So if you cut out the bun, cut your sauce in half, right? So that's where you got to be mindful. Making keto biscuits versus regular biscuits. The regular biscuits taste a whole lot better. The keto ones are expensive to try because
Yeah.
almond flour, coconut flour,
Oh,
tapioca starch.
there.
You put in stock to
Mhm.
Bob's Red Mill just
Woo.
to try the stuff.
And that's the most expensive
if-
ones out there.
And then you find out that it's not good. And what do you do with it? Now the stuff sits in the pantry.
Right.
Yep.
So
I got several different sweeteners that I won't eat because I don't like the way they taste. They mess up my gut. They cause other issues in my body.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't even know if they spike my blood sugar because I never checked. I couldn't
Yeah.
get past the first bite.
the fact of the matter is that that's why we do what we do right here, to help people along with it. But sometimes it gets lost in it, because I had a friend of mine who called me every other day. Okay, I'm going to start keto, Tom. I'm going to do keto, Tom. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Blah, 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 blah. Third day into it, they sent me a message and asked, "Hey, what about these fat bombs? The frig are you doing? Are you nuts?"
You know, I asked you guys this a long time ago. Whenever you start a new lifestyle, diet, way of eating, whatever, the first thing you do, what's a cake taste like? Can I have brownies? Can I have cookies? Now, I might only have a piece of cake 3 times in a year. But as soon as I'm starting a new plan, by golly, we got to figure out if I can make a cake.
Yeah,
I got to make cupcakes.
yeah. Can you make an upside down cake on keto?
That's where you get so into it and turned off, is because you want to find the replacement for the rewarding treats
Yeah,
that you grew up with.
the reward for me is that I went from 14 medications down to 3. And
Well,
that's,
I mean, the reward as in whenever you did something good, you
Oh,
got
yeah,
if you were good going through the store, you got a candy bar or a cupcake on the way out the door.
but then you're defeating the
That's
purpose
what I
of
mean.
it.
Like, whenever you had a birthday party, they got cupcakes or cake. Like, that was the reward.
But
Or
there is
live.
there is no reward about what we do. Nothing what we do. The whole idea is to cook, make something that is going to be satiating for us. Okay, not spike our sugars too much, and have more clarity, feel better, less inflammation, and move on from there. Live life a little bit
Honestly,
on our terms. So,
More veggies, less carbs, careful with the seasonings and proteins. Yep.
here you go, Tom.
And that's really it. And then, you know, I do try that if I want a pasta, I will spend the money on a pasta zero or the palmini for me. Is that what my wife wants? Hell no.
Yeah.
She's been loving that the in-laws made cheesy taters. She's been loving
Marie's
it.
Italian. Just telling her.
Lee, I got to try Tom, I don't know if you saw this. Lee made hash browns using the palmini noodles.
Oh, really?
And it turned out great. Rusty liked them. You liked them, right, Rusty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to try that.
I haven't made it in a while, but I got that one from what's it, the Keto Woman or whatever it was with the drink.
Ketogenic woman.
With I made the pasta. The pasta with cream cheese, cream cheese, eggs, and pork rinds.
Yeah.
That was the one you put in the oven, right?
Parmesan cheese, yeah.
Okay.
They're good. I mean, it's good. Plus, you can cook them a little bit more, slice and you make tacos out of them. I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
See, and here's where I went wrong, okay? I get the zero net carb, small little tacos. Okay, I was making tacos, and that's what started it. Boom, boom, boom. Number just started going up and up and up and up. Because you think you're invincible. You think you just do it and get away with it. Yeah.
Well, what you don't see is that says zero net.
Right.
Yeah.
That's real
you
small.
and I are diabetic. You and I are diabetic.
That affects
Diabetes
you.
doesn't give a rat's about zero net carbs. It matters about the carbs. Now they're 12 to 14 carbs per tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you sit down and have tacos, and they're street tacos, they're only a big, you're eating 3 or 4 of them.
And then I get done. Then I get done, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I can feel the head bang, bang.
Yep.
Affect my eyes. Okay, I got to put glasses on. Go up and look like this. See in there. So yeah, I mean, it's everything's on yourself. Everything's on you to take care of it. Now, you don't give a rat's ass about it. Take your medication. Go have your yoo-hoos and whatever. You know, that's all about you. I mean,
so one of the guys, I was telling Tom about this in the group that I walk with in the morning. Well, the group I exercise with in the morning. One of the guys 4 years ago started his healthy journey, and he got off vacation and he just ate like crap. He said, and so 4 years ago, almost to the day, his brother had a heart attack or something. They found out he was type 2 diabetic, and they went on a healthy journey and started eating clean. So he threw out the challenge to the group. About 12 of them signed up. 12 of us signed up, and it's 0 to low carbs, no alcohol, no processed sugars, pretty much what we're doing already.
right.
So I've actually been keeping track. Well, this just started like Monday, but I've been keeping kind of track in my head, and I'm anywhere from 20 to 50 a day. And that's
good.
That's not even like trying to eat low.
Yeah.
So it's one of those that you got to find what works for you, but you also got to find what works for your budget.
And see, Lee, that hits the nail on the head because everybody was carnivore. Okay, we got to have grass-fed ribeyes. That's the best way to go. Okay. Well, in order to buy grass-fed ribeyes, you need to bring a loan officer with you from Visa or MasterCard to pay for this stuff. And that's what we were talking about earlier. So,
but if you listen to Mr. Barry, the guy, I quit watching him, but he was doing a show with his wife, and they were talking, the doctor or whatever.
yeah.
He was saying like Spam and hot dogs is still, you can live off that, and that's good.
So because you know why?
Has tater starch in it.
Exactly. That's my point. So they're doing it because, and you know what they do? All right, this is going to probably upset a lot of people that aren't in chat right now but watching. Okay, keto chow, garbage. And the reason why them doctors don't say nothing about it because they pay their freight to go into these seminars. Okay, it's processed. It's a processed powder. Okay, that people are using to fill their stomachs up. It almost works almost like Ozempic. Okay, cuts up, slows your.
It reminds me of Slim Fast.
Exactly.
Remember back in the day when Slim Fast hit the thing? That's what it reminds me of. Now I don't know. I know Slim Fast didn't work for me because I would put it into a milkshake with ice cream and milk.
You would do for a month.
I would put it on top of Rocky Road ice cream to make it healthy. So
and you could for a month.
Use it right.
Yeah, that's the whole problem.
And
it's all.
I'm sure this works.
Awesome.
I'm sure it all works really well. And the people that do it, just like Slim Fast, they loved it. They had great results. And
okay, all right. I'm gonna disagree with you right there because here's the problem. Okay, when we say that, okay, it's okay if it works for them. It's okay, good. Zantac used to work for a lot of different people for heartburn instead of watching what they ate. Now, the people who took Xantex for all that time now are dealing with stomach cancer, okay, and also colon cancer.
Yeah.
The people who, and the doctors who told everybody to take baby aspirin for 50 years, to take baby aspirin, okay, to stop a heart attack, are now bleeding internally. That's the problem with, it's okay, go ahead and take it.
Well,
that stuff is garbage and it's a moneymaker. It's all the
It's,
bottom line.
it's kind of like the one show my daughters were watching where the people are trying to go in for gastric bypass surgery to lose weight.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, the doctor's like, I'm not doing it until you lose X amount of pounds on your own to show me the lifestyle change to keep it off. Because as soon as we shrink you down and you go from a size 38 to 12, you haven't learned anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that's what, and that's what Dr. Eric Westman does. He's in Duke University. So the people who are going in for lap band surgery, okay, they send them people to him first, to his clinic, to lose some weight so they can get them on the table to do the band. All right. But 80% of them that sent to Westman puts them on a keto diet. And 80% of them don't go and get it because they lost enough weight to keep on going. They're into the lifestyle. So that's one. Huh?
Charlie kind of hits it on the head. You got to have a balanced.
Yeah.
Because God made everything for a reason. You got to have the vegetables with the meat. You know.
You got to choose the right vegetables.
I forgot what I was going to say. Rusty, you let me forget what I was going to say. And
hey, fellas, I got to go. My brother-in-law's
me too.
Picked up at the bus stop.
Well, this was fun. This was fun.
Yeah.
Let's get together and find out what chicken fried steak, right? Next week?
Yep, chicken fried steak.
Yep.
Sounds like a winner.
You say you want to moderate?
Yeah.
Okay. Lee and I'll cook. We'll do the cooking.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, guys.
All right, y'all. Have a great
See you
week.
later.
Great week.